It's time for the C-Event quarterfinals here at the Embassy Row Bonspiel. South Korea style, our feature game is going to be here on Sheet B. Schultz representing Pittsburgh, Leonard Jarbeck, Brandon Morse, Daphne Roberts, and Paul Schultz against Adam Schecter's team from Potomac. TJ Kasser, Ton Boyer, Mike Churlo, and Adam Schecter is the skip. As you can see, they're just finishing up the ice prep right now. Teams will be taking the ice momentarily. So stay tuned, settle in for a good game of curling, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, for those of you tuning in a couple minutes late, we're running a little bit late on the ice prep, but the teams will be taking the ice any second now. This is a C-Event quarterfinal here at the Embassy Row Bonspiel. Adam Schecter's team in the yellow. TJ Kasser, Mike Churlo, Todd Moyer, Adam Schecter, representing the Potomac Curling Club. Against the Schultz team from Pittsburgh, Leonard Jarbeck, Daphne Roberts, Brandon Morse, Paul Schultz. This is, as I said, a quarterfinal matchup in the C event. This is the first of our winner go home games. These teams have both found themselves in a situation where It's a case where the winner gets to play in the C event semifinals at 9:30 this evening. The losers tournament is over. So the tension starts to ramp up now. And the ice crew is giving the thumbs up. And the bell's about to ring. So we'll be back with the game as soon as the players hit the ice. All right, as you can see, players are starting to take the ice, and we'll take this opportunity to let you know the games going on the other sheets. These are all C event quarterfinal matchups. On sheet A, it will be Kirkman versus Kempenik. Sheet B is our feature game, Schecter versus Shultz. Sheet C is Humora versus Shaw. And sheet D is Marquardt versus Bemis. We'll keep you up to date on all those games as the scores warrant. And as you can see, the teams are starting to get ready to begin their games any second now. So good luck to everybody. My name is Alan McNeil. I'll be with you for the next 2 hours as we broadcast this game. And there may be some other folks joining me during the draw if I can talk them into it. We'll see. They've already had the coin flip here for our feature game, and Schultz has the hammer. Schecter has chosen the yellow rocks. And just a preview of coming attractions while we're killing a little bit of time before the games get started here. The next draw, which will be at approximately 6:30 p.m., will be A and B event semifinals. We'll be featuring an A event, or a B event semifinal as the feature game, because the A event teams will be potentially fighting, we'll see them on Sunday. And then following that, at approximately 9 to 9:30 p.m., will be the C event semifinals. There'll only be 2 sheets, 2 games of that. That'll be the winners of these 4 games who are on the ice right now. And that'll be our traditional Curling After Dark presentation. I'll be back for that one on the microphone, possibly joined by Mike Sell. So as you can see, the teams are doing their slide outs, and we're getting things about ready to go here. For those of you who may be joining us for the first time on our live stream, we do have a chat window available, which I am monitoring. So if you happen to have a desire to ask any questions, request any updates, anything of that nature, feel free to type it on in the chat, and we will see what we can do to answer your questions as best we can. We will, of course, as I said, provide updates on the other games as events warrant. So I see we have 10 people online at the moment, which is kind of cool. There will be more coming, I'm sure. We're just getting going. All right, we're ready to start. TJ Kasser lining up for the very first stone of the game here in the Schecter versus Schultz matchup. Schecter asking for a traditional center guard, and we are underway. And Schecter, TJ Kasser left his stone well short of the hog line. I mean, we're talking a good 5-6 feet short of the hog. So probably never even made the camera from y'all's point of view. And now we have Leonard Jarabek's the lead for Team Schultz, getting ready to throw his first stone of the game. He was looking for a corner guard. He's got a corner guard. Guarding the edge of the 8 foot as a 3 deep guard. So TJ Kasser, Adam Schecter's team, which they refer to themselves as Bad Idea. If you look closely at their shirts, they've got curling scene with exploding sheep. It's you should come down and see the shirts sometime. They're pretty good. TJ is going to try to throw up a center guard. This one has made it over the hog line and is a solid 2 center guard. Throwing his second lead still. The guard over a little bit. Now he's got two corner guards guarding the left-hand 8 foot. And Mike Churlow. It's apparently a change in the lineup. Mike Churlow is throwing 2, not Todd Moyer. And that's also a guard on the center line. Nothing in the house yet after the first 5 stones of the end.
Okay, power ready. I got it through. Okay.
Brandon Morse throwing his first stone of the game. He's being asked to tap one of those other 2 up. And I'm not sure he's got the weight to quite get there. They're sweeping it awfully hard. Now it's just another guard over there on the side. So at the moment we got 2 yellow stones on the center line and 3 red stones guarding the left-hand 8 foot. Left hand as we're seeing it, and as you for that matter are seeing it. Nothing in the house yet, 6 stones into the end. Mike Churlow looking to either draw in behind or tap, promote, raise. Sweepers are on it hard. I think he's got a front guard. He does have a front guard. Good tap action, but not enough to promote anything in. So it's still the front of the house is very well occupied and nothing is in.
That one? Yeah. We can do that, dude.
Brandon Morse throwing his second stone. This one's got a little bit more weight on it. It's feeling possible for the tap. Yep, that's definitely a tap in. Stone's going to come to rest back 8 foot. Just biting the 4. Either way.
Lot of room. All right.
And now Adam Schecter's vice, Todd Moyer,
I like this one.
throwing his first stone at the end.
Or even the other way.
Adam's asking him to come through and hit that. Feels a little wide and a little heavy, and yep, clean miss to the outside.
Control. Going the other way. Whoa.
So now Paul Schultz is asking Daphne Roberts, his vice, to put a scoring guard up. He wants the top 12 in front of his current shot stone.
Down 2, it's okay, 2. That's good. Right here is perfect. Actually, here. Because that. So 3. 3. Yep. How much? Whoa, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let her run. But I put it down very carefully. Let it curl. Up, baby. Nice down. Up, up, up. Wow.
Stone is coming a little deeper than he intended. It's basically top 4. It's probably dull. It's not behind. It's not behind. Well, a corner's behind covers. It's gonna be hard to get to.
Second, right? Yeah. Run it. Angle. Run the front. Run it. Yeah.
Adam was looking to draw in from the other side.
Curl, apparently. We might be able to get it in.
The button is available. It's just a question of can Todd Moyer get it in there? And the weight looks like it was about right, but the line, however, resulted in just kind of tap, 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 tap. So currently Schultz lying 2. As Daphne Roberts prepares to throw her last stone. Stone's on its way. She's being asked to draw in behind the 4-guard phalanx up front.
Yep. All right, don't worry about it. It won't do anything if it's under. Just in front of the giant.
And she hogs it. Stone was hogged, it didn't quite make it, so Adam Schecter gets a little bit of a gift. So he's looking to try to play the hit.
Okay, sounds good.
Stone's on its way.
Wait there. Wait there.
Needs to be pretty tight to get where it needs to be. He's got one sweeper on it, trying to get induce a little bit of a curl. Unfortunately, it looks like he's flipped outside. He might chip the back one. Nope, he's gone past the entire stack. So Schultz is still lying too. Schultz has the hammer this end also. So we are now getting ready to see Schultz's first stone of the end. He's drawing in from the other side. Past the guards, now just a question of weight. To get it to the house, or is it just short? It is full 12 foot and behind the cover, so that lies 3. Right now, Paul Schultz is lying 3. Adam Schecter's getting ready to throw his last rock at the end, and he's kind of looking at he's looking at a big crooked number in the first end. That could be a problem. He's got his mind on his shot. He's looking to cross the face of that red shot that's currently sitting in the top of the 4 foot. He'd like to hit it just enough to kind of have his shot bend over and turn out to be the shot at the end of it. The stone is on the way.
Yeah, it's there. Crush it. Try to make it. Hard, 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 hard.
He's past the guard. He's got the hit component, got the tip. I think he accomplished everything he was looking to accomplish on that. Almost, at least. He's currently lying 1, I think. Our lenses are not guaranteed to be 100% perfect, so we can't guarantee. That's the situation right now. So looks to me like Schecter is sitting there at the so Paul Schultz getting ready to throw what will be the hammer. Stone is on its way.
Yes! 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 You were on the roof. I don't know what happened yet. It just didn't move at all. I mean, you're pretty
Sweeping
close.
it hard. Past the guard. Got Adam Stone's sacrifice. Oh, actually, Adam Schecter manages to hold him to 1 on that. So our score after 1 is 1-0.
Top 12. Mike is perfect. Are we in? Top 4?
so here we go in the second end. And this stone just makes it to the top. So Adam Schecter asking TJ Kasser to remove it. Sweepers are on it pretty hard, pretty early. Looks to me like it might go past. Yep. It's wide through. Let's see, we get some score updates on the other side. Over on sheet C, that would be the game between Humora is throwing red, Shaw is throwing yellow. Humora got a steal of 1 in the first end to go up 1-0. Over on sheet A, which is Kirkman versus Kempenik. Kirkman is throwing red, Kempenik is throwing yellow. Kempenik took a steal of 3 in the first end to go up 3-0. And over on sheet D, which is, sheet D is Marquardt versus Bemis. Marquardt is in yellow, and they took the 1 in the first end with the hammer to be up 1-0. So that's our situation as we stand at the moment, as all of our games are working on the second end. Adam Schecter's throwing his second lead stone through, having TJ Kasser was trying to draw to the shot in the back of the 8-foot, went a little bit long. Currently at the moment, that's still in play, but it's the back of the 12-foot. It's the number 3 stone. Shultz is currently lying too. Morse basically being asked, looks like he's being asked to kind of sit on the red in the back. This is a little hot. It's going to tap his, some brush off. He's fine. He's sitting 3 right now. And he's using Schecter's stone as kind of a wall to guard against the promote out.
Same weight, yeah, control that same weight.
Adams asking Mike Churlo to do some takeout action. Shot looks like it's going to go a little bit wide. It shows it's going to go a lot wide. Might catch the one in the back, though. Oh, yeah, catch the one in the back fairly nose on. So it took out the second shot stone, didn't affect the primary shot stone. Schultz is sitting 1. As Brandon Morse prepares to throw his second stone.
Down.
is on its way. Looks like he's trying to just kind of freeze it in on his current shot stone. And he's in the back 4, about 6 inches short of the other one. Adam looks like he's looking to either sit on it or possibly hit it. Hard to say which. No, that's draw weight. He's looking to just draw to it. With Mike Churlow's second stone. Get the sweepers on it for a second, just brought him back up. Looks like Adam likes what he's getting. And he got a little bit more separation than he probably wanted. But he is currently sitting shot, but he's wide open, just straddling the center line. And it looks like that's what Paul Schultz is planning on asking Daphne Roberts to do, is to bring that stone down the center line, take it out, and be lying. Actually, he'd be lying 3 at the moment. Assuming the shooter stayed. Stone's coming down the ice. Might get past his guard. No, it chips off his guard up top, spins through, and taps one of Adam's stones further back. So Schecter's lying 1. Stone's on its way. It's a little bit wide. Does kiss one of the red stones through and out.
Plan F.
The 4th shot, so it doesn't really change the situation much. Schecter's lying 1. The 2nd and 3rd stones belong to Schultz. As Daphne Roberts prepares to throw her 2nd stone of the end. And it's a clean miss as that slides through. So Schecter's making up his mind what to do for the 2nd stone for Todd Moyer.
Tom, this is in Canada. We don't apologize for shit. You know that line, right? That's the new American.
Adam would like to guard. He's saying that the stone was thrown very wide, and it definitely was. Question is, how much is it going to come back? It's at weight. I don't know that it's going to come back enough to do anything at all. It's starting to come back, but I think it's too little too late. I don't think it's going to get here. It's going to tap off the one that threw last time. It is going to roll the inside a little bit, but not enough to really make a difference. Other than the fact that it is lying as the third shot, which is interesting. Stone is on its way. Asking to clip out Adam Schecter's shot. Stone does so. Does do some ticking though. Schecter getting ready to throw his first skip stone. Moment he's lying 2, or he has a second shot. Paul Shultz is lying 1. The game on sheet A is working its way in the third end. We do not have the second end score yet, however. Adam Schecter in the hack for his first of 2 skip stones. He has the hammer this end, down 1-0. Stone is on the way. Adam got the hit he was looking for, so he's currently lying 1-2. They are exposed, so a blast is a possibility here. No, looks like he's just drawing to it at the moment, which is also a legitimate option.
Take a little less down on it, and I'll be come off the outside there. I like his guard.
All right, Stone's on the way. Sweepers look like they're just kind of walking next to it. They're not actually putting much effort into it. Up now, Brandon Morse gets on it with a little bit of sweep action. It's gonna make contact. No, it's not. It swings past. So Adam Schecter line 2 with the hammer. Pretty much has a draw to, if he can get to the full 8-foot for 3, and there's nothing blocking him. So it's just a question of where does he want to come from and will he get the weight right? That's all he's got to deal with.
How's that weight? Yes.
He's choosing to use the intern from our right to our left, left to right as you're seeing it on the screen. And actually, if it allows him to, if he over curls, he can use. He's got plenty of backing to choose from. He's got 4 options that he could hit, that he could tap to stop a little bit extra momentum.
20. Come on in.
Okay, Mike Churlo, one of the sweepers, was saying early that it was probably heavy. It definitely is. It's also a little bit inside. Adam did have a lot of room to play with. Sweepers are on it. I think he's going to get away with this. Oh yeah, no problem. Piece of cake. That is an adequate draw for 3. Adam Schecter takes his 3. And that makes the score after 2. Schecter 3. Schultz 1. So here we are in the 3rd end. Schecter up 3-1. Apologize for a little bit of video problems we had there. So far we have 2 guards up in front of the house. Nothing in the house. On sheet C, the Shaw Rink scored 2 in the 2nd end to go up 2-1 on the Hemora Rink. Over on sheet A in the 2nd end, Kempenick stole 1 to go up 4-0. And we do not yet have a 2nd end score over on sheet D, although they are in the 3rd end. They have not hung the score, so we don't know exactly what's going on.
Like here, probably the same way. Whoa! Yeah, or it's a little short as long as it's tucked behind. Yeah, that's fine too.
Mike Churlo getting ready to throw his first seconds stone. There is one red over in the back 8 that Adam Schecter is asking to be removed. And this might get there. Made contact, but not enough to take it out. Only kind of skinnied it over towards the center a little bit. Still not behind the cover. There is a tall guard, a 2 guard up on the center line. And that's Schecter's guard. And there is a Shultz guard on the left-hand edge 8-foot. Looking to draw behind his cover, but he's going to tap his guard up. It did not, but not quite hard enough to make the house about an inch short. So now Schecter is asking to draw to the button. That's an interesting choice. He's also reconsidering. No, yep, he's looking to draw to the button behind his top stone. You know, being on the button's never a bad idea.
Over and off.
All right, Mike Churlo's stone is on its way. Back 4 foot behind the cover. That's pretty much exactly what he was asked for. So well played. And now we have Brandon Morse being asked to peel the guard up top.
Up. Yes. Up. Yep.
And looks like a well-executed peel. Yep, that's a well-executed peel, exposing the Schecter stone on the back 4, which is why Schecter is asking Todd Moyer to put it back. Stone is on its way. The sweepers thought it had plenty of weight, but Schecter called them on it for line. He's trying to keep it to in front of the other one. Didn't really. Now it's not guarding his shot. It is in the top 8 as the second stone, so you know that has power of its own. Roberts' first stone being asked to do some removal.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Seems a little late to really do much of that. He is going to make contact, but it's really just going to jam in on itself. Schecter's shot stone is now right on the button. I mean, literally, you couldn't describe it any better. It's right there as a pin. And Schecter allows one. The only of the 3 stones in play at the moment are all red from Paul Schultz's team. So Adam is asking Todd Moyer to guard up, because Adam's honestly in a situation where if he loses this shot stone, he could give up a lot of points. As Schultz has the hammer. This stone did not come back nearly as much as he anticipated it. The length was good, but the line was off. It's just a tall 2-guard, and the stone on the center line is completely exposed at the moment.
Same way. Yep.
Daphne Roberts throwing her second stone.
Yes!
She's being asked to do some removal. Sweepers had to get on it fast. She pinched the line. The stone is cutting across. It has to hang on to that center line or it's going to miss everything. She actually tips the top guard. It went over far enough. Ticks hers and rolls to the center. Okay. She has a freeze on the on the button bar, on the button shot. A little bit of pinball chaos, pinball wizardry there, but not quite enough to take Adam's shot out of being the shot. So Schecter getting ready to throw his first skip stone, facing Schultz, who has the hammer. Schecter is up by 2. He's just trying to guard this up, no question. All right, we have the third end score from sheet A. Kirkman took 1 with the hammer to cut that lead to 4-1 in favor of Kempenik. Our other games are all still in the third end. Schecter looking to put up a guard. Actually, I don't think he'd even mind putting us in as a freeze kind of guard kind of thing, which is basically what he did with the width. Kind of played some tappy-tappy around the center.
That's not good.
I don't think that was quite his intent. I think his has been taken off of the button enough, and I believe as it stands, Schultz lies 1.
Hopefully it doesn't trap.
Based on this line, I think Schultz is trying to remove Schecter's stones so that he could potentially, he's trying to basically see if he has a way to take both of Schecter's stones out and be exposing himself to a possible big end. The danger here being if he clips his, he could put Schecter back in a strong position here, and that's exactly what happened. He kicked his over. I mean, well, he's still sitting shot. He just moved some stones around. But at the moment, I think his stone is exposed. It is exposed, yes. About 66% exposed. Schecter getting ready to throw his last stone of the end. Kind of wants to tap his current one stone onto the other one in order to change the situation a little bit. I don't think he's getting there. No. He's just taking the stone out in the back. So as it stands currently, Schultz lies 1. Pretty much has a draw for 2. Doesn't really seem to have a hit that's going to easily get there for 2. He does, however, have a draw to backing that would probably score 2. Through the third end over on sheet D, and we're tied at 2. Tied at 2 on sheet D between Marquardt and Bemis. And sheet C has finished the third end also. We don't have the score yet, however. Oh, they're hanging it right now. It's 3-1 in favor of Team Shaw. All right, the hammer is on its way for Paul Schultz. He's just looking to do a draw in for his second point. He's got backing to get to, but I think he's left this light. He has left this, well, maybe not, maybe not. Sweepers might get it in there. Nope, he's left it light. So 1. One point for Schultz, makes the score after 3. Schecter 3, Schultz 2. Schecter now has the hammer as we go into the fourth end. defend now. Working on the second set of lead stones. TJ Kasser threw his second. We have two very high guards. And one stone from each side already through and out of play.
You like that? You like that? We'll come straight back. Heel.
All of our games here in the C event quarters, win or go home. The winners will be playing again at 9:30 tonight in the C event semifinals. The losers will be eating kimchi and Korean hot wings and all of that sort of thing because their tournament will be over. We've started to reach the portion of the tournament where teams are done positioning themselves and eliminations start to occur. Only 8 teams will be playing tomorrow if the 16 teams are still alive. So 4 teams get eliminated here, 2 more teams will get eliminated at the 6:30 draw tonight, and 2 teams get eliminated at the 9 o'clock draw. The 2 losing semifinalists in the A draw at 6:30 will play the Consolation D event final. So there's 4 teams that have already clinched a game on Sunday. Nice little nose hit by Mike Trillo.
How much can you see, Brandon? All of it. Control. I'll go tight. If we peel, that's okay too. Control. Yes, line, yes, line. Yes! Yes, line, yes, line, yes, line. Up. Whoa! Nice. Very normal. Probably normal. Normal. What? Just drop half. Still got a little bit. Half. 1 second.
Daphne Roberts throwing her first stone of the
Yeah,
end.
line, yes. I want to be like, but.
I'm sorry, it's her second stone of the end. I'm sorry. Currently, right now, Schultz has the shot stone in the back of the 8-foot.
Right here.
He's looking to kind of junk things up a little bit.
It's okay. Yeah.
And that actually does a good job of that. That's going to make it really hard for Schecter to tap that his yellow stone up. No, I'm right, actually. That was actually Daphne's first stone at the end. I don't know why I thought it should have been.
Let him move that. Bring it. Back out, please. Like back 12. Same way. We'll tighten it up a smidge.
Schecter's got his sweepers working this shot really hard to get past the guard. No, they don't. They rub the guard. I thought it looked like they were going to get past it. I am at a slight angle, though, and I missed it. They had a slight rub.
That's okay. I mean, like, you can hit the outside of this one and push back to here. That's fine. Yeah. I think that's the call. That's the call. I thought it was heavy. Yeah, line. Over and up, over and up. Good narrow. Yeah. Good cut.
Daphne Roberts' stone is on the way. She's being asked to draw around. I think that's not going to be what's happening. She's going to tap and clog a draw line. Schecter's taking a long look at what to do with this situation here.
You might want to save that one for yourself. I can barely see it. All right. Hit and roll. If it doesn't go all the way out, it's no big.
Yeah. There's something.
He's kind of in a rough situation here. He doesn't really want to give up the steal.
Yeah.
Here. Better idea. Let's go around this way.
Yeah. Mine's great. How's that weight?
And Adam's looking for the wide draw. 4 foot's available if you can cut far enough to get to it.
Yeah, let's go.
Asking for a lot of cut. The weight's pretty good. But I don't know if it's going to bend enough. Might be a little too heavy. It is a little too heavy. Yep, that went too far. It was in the back 12. Doesn't really change. Doesn't change the game situation.
Yeah, like you're being too good. We did like one of those.
stone is on its way from Paul Schultz, but it looks like he has left it. Yeah, he's left it short of the house. He's still lying 1. Schecter's got 2, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't really have any way in to deal with the first one. So really, what he's got appears to be, looks like he's playing a tap up on his stone that's in the top 12 there. He just wants to promote it to get to basically the full 8 foot. Schecter's first stone is on the way. Mike Churlo seemed to indicate that it was a little hard.
Yes, fine.
It's not cutting enough for the raise, I don't think, at least not pure. Well, it's going to make some contact with it. Actually, it does its job. It taps it up, puts it pretty much where it needs to be. And the shooter actually hangs around also. It's probably not going to matter, but it might. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Getting ready to throw the hammer here in the fourth. Sorry, this set of stones off. There's no set of stones left. Never mind. I'm sorry. Oh, Schecter has the hammer. Okay. Schultz getting ready to throw his final stone. All right, both sheet C and sheet D just both finished the fourth end simultaneously. We will give you scores as soon as we have them. Schultz with his last stone, trying to outdraw, and you know he's doing so. That was a very beautiful draw. That was a pretty draw to take shot. I don't know why they're discussing it after the fact. The shot's over. Can't do anything about it now. And I don't know why they had so much discussion, but whatever. So now Schecter's looking at the situation here. He would like to avoid giving up the steal for obvious reasons. You never want to give up the steal and avoid it. He's trying to figure out if he can get there with enough oomph to push that back far enough and keep his yellow in play, keep his shooter in play for a second point.
Just roll it again. Just roll it. Trust your sweepers. That's a hard draw. Little tight. Okay. Yeah, bring it. Again, now I think, yeah. Well, it is.
All right, Adam Schecter getting ready to throw his hammer here in the fourth. wants to tap that redstone. It's just touching the top 4. He'd like to get it out. He's coming up with a pretty decent chunk of weight. I don't know if it's going to cut enough. It's not going to cut enough.
Got a lot of rotation.
In fact, did he give up a mystery bonus point there? No, he did not. Okay, so Schultz takes 1 in the 4th with a steal. And at the half, the score is 3-3. Schecter and Schultz tied up. Still waiting on some 4th end scores from C and D, so I'm not really sure what happened.
Okay. Mine's nice. Two's good. Easy, just him. Back 12, okay. Mine's great. It's actually gonna probably up. Tight start. Sing. All the way.
The Stones are underway here in the 4th end.
Alright, teacher, it's over.
And we'll be back with some more commentary in just a moment. I have to go away from the keyboard.
Whoa.
Where is he? Yes, line, yes, line. Where is it? Yes, left line, yes, line, yes, line. Okay, right on me. You ready? The shot.
Facebook Live. As Schecter has added a third guard. There are 5 stones in front of the house right now. There have been 5 thrown this end, if I kind of in math right.
Curls here, right? Control.
Brandon Horse throwing his first stone of the end, and wow, something went wacky there. Something went horribly wrong immediately upon release on that stone. I'm guessing that picked up a hair or something because, you know, don't get me wrong, I've seen bad releases in my day, but never a release that bad. So something went horribly wrong with the shot. All right, we got a score on sheet B for the 4th end while we were gone. Sheet C, rather, I'm sorry. Umora has 1.
Yes! Wow. Go hard! There we go. All the way, guys, all the way. That's a little roll.
And we still, however, do not have the score for sheet D. So, Moyer laid a stone behind the wall of cover, which Paul Schultz is having Daphne Roberts try to get at. Instead, Daphne hit the wall. Guards work occasionally.
Okay.
So now Schecter's looking to put up a new guard.
Don't leave them a double. We can afford to move the pile. Okay. Even like a guard here is fine.
Up there we go. We got the score on D.
Yes!
Enos takes 2 to go up 4-1.
All the way. Well. Good shot.
Todd Moyer's stone being asked to bend a ton, and I don't see it happening at this point. Here it comes. It's going to tap. Boy, I don't know. I feel like that exposed. Yep. Schultz is calling. Schultz is definitely calling a hit. And a fairly high weight hit at that, it appears, judging from the hand signals and the line that he's got the broom on. So Daphne Roberts being asked to do some damage. Hand signal indicates that the stone is way wide, and a visual indication is that's also true. Is she even going to get past her own guard phalanx? Yes, she is, but it's just going to go right through the hole. Clean miss. Schecter dodges a little bit of a bullet there. Yeah, pretty much Schecter's entire team is calling the shot for him, saying, hey, why don't we block this? What do you think? And I have a feeling that's what he's going to do. fifth end, Kirkman takes one to cut the gap to 7-2. Todd Moyer's guard stone is a very suitable guard. It's very high. It's a 1, but it covers the draw. It covers the hit line pretty effectively. There is a high, probably basically about all Shultz has at the moment is the heavy draw line that he's considering. So that looks like that's what he's got in mind.
Right down the center.
Well, it seems like he's calling for a tight room for a heavy draw.
Yep. Whoa.
Maybe he's going for a peel.
Yep.
He might be peeling.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
And a quick adjustment on the handle of the stone. Apparently they felt it was loose, so they took care of that. They dealt with that. And now he's settling in the hack to deliver his stone. He's going for a pretty hard throw. He's to come off the center line. At the moment, it doesn't look like he's... No, he's off the center line enough. Is he going to make the contact? He does, but only enough to scoot it over, not enough to actually take it out. So now Schecter's 2 stones are really well covered. I don't think you could get those. I don't think you could get those stones out with anything short of a thermonuclear missile, and I'm pretty sure those are against the rules. Because you can see it on the full end shot there. Schecter's got 3 stones in an angle that are blocking both of his scoring stones, and then he's got that 4th stone, excuse me, that's a little higher, blocking a little bit more. So you can't do a raise, and the way those stones are, I don't think there's enough break in there at any sort of hit speed to take to execute a hit. And truthfully, the draw gap is starting to get kind of small. And if I was Adam Schecter, I'm not, but if I was, I would put a yellow stone right at the apex of those 2 lines and just shut this end down. And honestly, he's got to like what he sees right now, particularly as he does have the hammer. Stone's on the way. He's bringing it in the house. He wants to get it behind his cover. That's fairly well executed. That's very well executed. That's behind his cover. Might be open enough to entice a hit attempt, but I don't know that it'd be a wise choice.
Line's real good. Line's really nice.
Schecter trying to take control of this game. And Schultz kind of hard up against it with this his last stone of the end here. He's facing Schecter with 3 pretty well guarded stones, and the port for a draw is pretty teeny. Not an impossibility, but it's an unlikely. Even if he makes contact with the top of those 3 yellow stones, his shooter probably doesn't stick around in the rings. And we'll see. Shot's on the way. We'll know in about 15 seconds. Stone is on its way.
In a corner, that's okay.
Sweepers are not on it as of yet. Now they're on it, sweeping hard now. They're following it through the hole. It's coming in deep. It's going to get that top one. Takes out the back one. Okay, so she's cut Schecter down to 1. However, his red stone is completely exposed right on the center line. If Schecter can throw a stone straight enough to get in there, he'll at least get his 2. If he manages to keep the shear in play, he could get a 3rd.
Back 4? Okay. 6. We're gonna go right around it. Not like that.
Not exactly a common name, so I'm not used to hearing it.
You're freeze or hit it?
Bunny way! Yeah! Hard! Up. It's already on there.
Okay, Adams apparently has hit the guard. Oh, did he promote that to a steal? Yes, he did. Adam just promoted to give Paul Schultz a steal of 1. Which means that after 5, Paul Schultz 4, Adam Schecter 3.
Horse blitz line. 2-3. 2-3.
All right. As we're beginning the 6th end here, with Schultz up 4-3. He's throwing a center guard, and it's a nice tight 3 center.
I mean, that's shot, so it's got to go. Yes, yeah. Let's do this. Control. Yeah. Yes, Mark. Okay. Yes, all the way, yes!
Schecter's sweepers are working it for everything they got to try to get this stone by TJ Kasser over the hog. They're fighting for every inch, but they didn't quite get there. Yeah, nice try there. Nice try, Turlo, but I think they saw that. Yep.
Yes, yes, yes! Up! Team in the house. I know. Ready? Nice shot. Yeah, all the way to it. Close. Yep. Yep.
for the fifth end score from sheet C. They haven't posted it yet, so we don't know what's going on there. They are in the sixth. They're well into the sixth. They just haven't posted the score. Excuse me. Schultz putting up another center guard. And they're in the seventh end over on sheet A. I do not know what the score was in the sixth, however. Judging from stones thrown, however, I believe Kempenick scored more. I don't know that for a fact. They'll wait for an official post.
Nice try.
Stone covering the other center guard. I'm sure that was exactly the desired result, but you know, whatever.
Look for T. Let it curl if you can, but again, if you can. Yeah. Yes. Plenty of line. Touching is all I need. Whoa, plenty of line. Whoa. Same way.
Schultz is second. Brandon Morse coming into the house. Back 8. Not, well, mostly behind cover. Not completely, but mostly.
Yes! Go! Hard! All the way. Go off. No worries, that's fine. I figured it might happen. I gave you pretty tight ice. Here?
Schecter drawn in. He's trying to draw to the red one in the back. Doesn't quite get all the way there, but does get far enough to be the shot. But he's not hidden behind anything, so he could be chipped out. And looks like that's what the that's what the plan is here in the sixth end.
I think so. Yeah, it's going really straight.
Put it here with draw in. Control. Note this. Yep. Normal weight. Yep. Yep. You like flopping out a little bit? Yeah, I love it, guys. Yeah. Come on. Under our guard. Look straight. I don't hate it. I don't really want to call it, though, because that's going to be kind of skinny to that.
Yeah, we got to go kind of skinny to that. Let's play.
Yes! Whoa! Yes! Yeah. Good shot, Devin. Roll off. Nice shot.
Todd Moyer being asked to split up some of the guard action up top.
Yep. Catch it on the right.
does in fact split up the guards, but at the cost of putting another red one in. And actually, the red that's currently a shot stone has spun to be behind the one guard that is left. So it's kind of a mixed blessing. It sort of accomplished his plan, but not quite the way he anticipated. And now Schultz is going to put up some guard action. Daphne Roberts being asked to put up a guard. This has definitely got guard weight. And guard length. It's a 2-guard, pretty much in front of the other 2 stones. Basically what she was asked to throw, so. Todd Moyer's second stone being asked to move some stuff again. Actually, he's being asked to draw in. Over curled. It's over curled and it's short. So doesn't really help the case any. One of the sheets. What sheet's being measured? Over on D, we have a measurement, actually. Schultz kind of just looking to kind of clog up the center because he's perfectly content with the 2 that he's lying right now. Who can blame him, really? Schecter getting ready to throw his hammer, and looks like what he wants to do, pretty much the only shot he had. Well, he's got 2 shots. He could curl in. There is a line to B shot coming from my right to my left, your left to right, as you're looking at it on the screen. And even if he doesn't cut all the way over, if he can get far enough to he can tap his yellow stone up to be the shot.
Back line. Wait till there.
Stone is on the way. The sweeper's got on it fast. I don't think fast enough. Nope, it's diving. He's on a guard. Yep, he's on a guard. And it's just chipping around. It is a steal of 2. There's the hammer. I'm sorry, that's not the hammer. Both sides have 1 stone left. I didn't see those stones hiding up back there. Both teams do actually have a stone left. I'm sorry. So Schultz getting ready to figure out what he's going to do.
As far as you can, yes, yes.
Excuse me.
Over and up.
Try again.
Stone is on its way. He's basically looking to guard because he's perfectly content trying to steal 2 here.
Okay, got it a little wide.
I don't think that cut out the tap promote for the 1.
Guard, 2 guard.
Already it's there.
How is it? Yes, 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 yes. Line's pretty good. Where is it? Yes, yes, yes. Just wait off.
And the 6th end over in sheet D. Marquardt took 1 through a measurement and leads 5-4 after the 6th end. Adam Schecter throwing his hammer here in the 6th. He's looking to get a little bit of tap promote action. He's past the guard. He might be pulling this off, or he might be hitting too hard. He's hitting too hard. He gives up a steal of 2. So that makes the score 6-3 in favor of Schultz after 6.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, it's really high. What? It's really high? So I don't know if you want to go here because they'll just come down 3 or 6 and just chip it out.
Like top 10?
Yeah. It's like a fighter. Mine's good. Really narrow. Make sure it's in. We're done. Mine's fine. Mine's good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Up. Sorry. Trying to get behind cover, but I don't know for that. Good job, look out. Yeah? You don't want to rip the guard? Last hit. I don't mind ripping the guard. Yeah. Last hit. That's the last hit. Yes! Hey! Normal! Yeah, line. All right, over.
right, so we're here in the 7th end, which will almost certainly be the final end because these games are on a clock. At 6 o'clock, they'll be finishing the end that they're on and calling it a day. So as we're getting down to the Vice Stones, Todd Moyer getting ready to throw his first. Currently the situation is that Paul Schultz has 2 in the house. Both exposed, but they're very well split. And Schecter has basically nothing in the house. He's got nothing in the house. He does have a center guard guarding the 4 foot, sorry, the 8, you know, between the 4 foot and the 8 foot over on the left-hand side. Yeah, it looks like he might be trying to tap that up right now, actually.
All the way! All the way! All the way!
Got the tap. He's got it promoting in, and yes, he turns that into the shot stone.
Someone get the cowbell down there. All right. Cowbell! Ding it, ding it, ding it, ding it, ding it. How hard can you throw on that? How hard? Consistent ride. Normal up. All right, normal up.
And the cowbell you just heard was the indication that this is the last. These will be the last ends, barring of course extra ends. If the game is tied, it does go extra end.
Pull.
You want to come this way?
Go.
Yes! Hard, 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 hard!
It's an additional thing that can
Stephanie Roberts throwing her final vice stone of this 7th end. Trying to draw in behind the cover. Looks like she might have a chance at it. No, left to short. That does kind of guard that approach, so Adam Schecter can't have Todd Moyer try it. Okay, we have a conclusion on seat C. I'm not actually sure what it was. And they're pulling down the score, so I'm not actually sure. Trying to do a promote, doing a very nice promote actually.
Great job. Nice.
Attacking his promote right up to the full 4 foot. Folks on folks from C are coming off the ice now, so maybe I could find out what happened. All right, so we got the results on C. Shaw emerged victorious. They were lying 1 when they were getting ready to throw their hammer. They actually didn't have to throw the hammer. They were lying 1 as they were getting ready to throw it. So, that's a concession. Some teams might make the other team try to throw it, but that doesn't happen very often. So that's what happened there. We got handshakes going on D as well. Marquardt was up by 1. I'm not sure what happened there either, and they're tearing down the scores also. So find out what happened on D here in a minute. Over here on sheet A, Linda Kirkman is throwing up a heck of a fight. She's trying to manufacture the 4 points she needs to tie this thing up. Although, does she have enough? Yeah, she has. Yeah, she has enough material. No, she doesn't actually. She doesn't have enough material to do this. She's got 2 in the house. She's getting ready to throw her last stone. She needs 4 points. So that game's over. They're just throwing the rocks back because you might as well. So that will be Team Kempenick moving on to the semifinals at 9 o'clock. So we know Kempenick and Shaw are in. Hard! And we're just waiting to see who the last 2 teams are. Linda Kirkman throwing her. Okay. She does technically have 4 stones still available to her. She'd have to do an amazing raise spin thing to somehow turn the stone that's 5 feet short of the house in. And that's gonna take out her stone in the back. That actually I think makes it official. Yeah. So yeah, that game's over. So we're just wrapping up we're just waiting on our feature game B here, so we know Kempenich is in, Shaw is in, whoever won on D. Whoever won on D is in. I'm not sure who that is. And meantime, we're waiting for the conclusion here. Schecter is down 3 with just his hammer left to play. I don't think he has any way to make 3 happen.
You guys see anything?
He's looking to see. I mean, because even if he's got a 1, I mean, these are do or die games. So if he's got anything at all, nope, he's calling it. So Schecter's conceding. He doesn't have any way to make the happen. So that means that Shultz joins us in the semifinals of the C event at 9:30 tonight. So the only question I have remaining is who won the game on sheet D, whether it was Marquardt or Marquardt won. I'm being told Marquardt won on D. So we know our C event semifinalists in no particular order. It will be Kempenik, it will be Marquardt, it will be Schultz, and it will be Shaw playing at 9 p.m. in the C event semifinals. Coming up here in approximately 20 minutes, we will have the A and B semifinals. The feature game will be a B event. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure which one it is, but it'll be one of the 2 B event semifinals. And we'll find out in about 20 minutes. Okay, cool. So in the meantime, thank you very much, and see you in a few minutes.